Despite several rounds of peace talks, Russia's offensive against Ukraine continues. Moscow is now concentrating attacks on the eastern region of Donbas. Han Seong-woo is standing by on the line with the latest. Seong-woo, first up, what's happening on the ground? I'm hearing a fire broke out at a fuel depot in a Russian border city.
That's right, Daniel. Belgorod's the name of the region, and its governor, Vyacheslav Gladkov, said 2 Ukrainian military helicopters struck a fuel depot there in what is Moscow's first accusation of a Ukrainian airstrike on Russian soil since the outbreak of the war in late February. Although not verified yet, a video of the alleged attack posted online shows what appears to be several missiles being fired from low altitude, followed by an explosion. The resulting blaze injured 2 workers, according to Gladkov, but the Russian oil firm that owns the fuel depot said in a separate statement that nobody was hurt in the fire. The Kremlin says Vladimir Putin has been informed of the event. Let me also add that head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, Rafael Grossi, who visited a nuclear power plant in Ukraine this week, just said the war in Ukraine has provided the IAEA with unprecedented logistical challenges in wartime nuclear security.
And so we're also learning Russian troops have confiscated several tons of humanitarian aid headed to southern Ukraine. What can you tell us?
That's right, Daniel. According to Irina Vereshchuk, who is Ukraine's Minister of Reintegration of temporarily occupied territories, 14 tons of humanitarian aid, including food and medicine, bound for the city of Melitopol in southern Ukraine, were confiscated by Russian forces on Thursday, along with the buses carrying the supplies. Ukrainian officials are negotiating with Russia for the return of the buses, so they can also be used to evacuate people out of the city. CNN reports, though, that around 2,000 civilians from the besieged city of Mariupol are evacuating on buses to the Ukrainian government-held city of Zaporizhzhia. According to the Mariupol City Council on Telegram, the evacuation convoy left the coastal city of Berdyansk for Zaporizhzhia on 42 buses, escorted by the Red Cross and state emergency service vehicles.
Time is running out for the people of Mariupol. They are desperately in need of assistance, and they are desperately in need of leaving the city if they wish to do so. That is what we're hopeful to achieve today.
This follows Russia's prior announcement that it would reopen the evacuation corridor from Mariupol to Zaporizhzhia today at the request of France and Germany. The Ukrainian government earlier estimated that around 100,000 civilians are trapped inside the city, which has suffered weeks of bombardment. Meanwhile, in another video address to the Ukrainian people, President Volodymyr Zelensky said that although the situation in the south and in Donbas remains extremely difficult, Russia will pay in the end.
Also, in the Donbas, in Mariupol, in the Kharkiv direction, Russian troops are accumulating the potential for strikes, powerful strikes. We will defend ourselves. We will do everything we can to stop the occupiers and cleanse our land of their evil and senseless crimes.
He also said he had sacked 2 senior members of the National Security Service, referring to them as anti-hero traitors.
Now, despite a dark backdrop, peace talks are set to continue. Many are hoping they could produce some positive results.
Correct. Talks between Ukraine and Russia will resume on Friday online through video. Ukrainian negotiator David Arakhamia said Thursday that they will focus on the peace framework Ukraine presented at the talks earlier this week in Istanbul, Turkey. Talks, Russia said, were, quote, constructive. The diplomatic stakes are higher now, though, with the Russian president having just signed a decree requiring certain countries to pay for Russian gas in rubles or see their supplies halted, a demand major Western European states instantly rejected, Germany even describing it as blackmail. The United States called it a sign of the dire straits Russia's economy is in.
This is a reflection of the fact that the sanctions, the export controls, the other economic measures, including the additional measures that we announced today, have had a significant, substantial, profound effect on the Russian economy.
That's all I have for now, Daniel. Back to you.
All right, thank you for those updates, Seong-woo.